Hello and welcome to another episode of the Spaghetti Westerns podcast. This is season 3, episode 12, overall number 77. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. This is per request on the Spaghetti Western database that someone asked, why don't you do a show on the kids of the Spaghetti Westerns or the Euro Westerns and whatever happened to them. So I went through my database over the last week or so and put together as much information as I could, looked up to find out what they were doing and present it to you today. First of all, I want to give you a little criteria how I picked these names out. They had to be 15 years of age or less, so I'm sorry, but that eliminates Little Rita Pavone. All Euro Westerns are included, not just Spaghetti Westerns. I must have them listed in my database. As we know, not all actors are mentioned in a film's credits. Had to have some information on date of birth and where, and some information on what they're doing today, or it would be a waste of time to talk about them. I'm sure, like most of you will find out, I've missed some names or some kids along the way, so bear with me. Films like Big City and Bad Kids of the West, I ignored them, as most of the children or child actors in these were one time only, and there's very little information about them. So we're going to kick off by alphabetical order by first name. And the first one is a familiar name and face to most of you. It's Antonio Ruiz. Antonio was 14 when he first appeared on the scene. He's the son of stuntman Antonio Jesus Ruiz. And he appeared in 10 spaghetti westerns, starting off with Dollars for a Fast Gun in 1965. For a Few Dollars More in 1965, he played Fernando. A Bullet for the General in 66, he played Chico. The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly in 66, played Mondrega or Stephen's youngest son. 67, he's in Via Rides, plays Juan Gonzalez. 68, I Came, I Saw, I Shot, as a postal carrier. El Este del Oeste in 1983 as Bad Milk's henchman. He was in 84. He was Yellow Hair in The Pecos Kid, played a Comanche. And Wrestler's Rhapsody in 1985. In 2017, he's in Mi Colt No Perdona, DLC, plays a character named Mendoza. After working for many years as a policeman and security guard for the Spanish Guardia Civil, today he is president of the Stuntman's Association called the Association of Actors and Risk Specialists of Alicante. He and his crew put on Western shows and reenactments in various Spanish towns and villages, including Los Albericocas, the village scene in Fistful of Dollars and For a Few Dollars More. That's what he looks like today. Next one on the list is Bershi Putzgruber. Leonhard Putzgruber was born in 1951. That makes him 12 years old when he appeared in his only Euro Western, Apache's Last Battle, as Tom Kapendick. After his childhood acting career ended, he became a makeup artist. Putzgruber died in Germany on May 14th, 2020, so he's no longer with us. Next on the list is Curtis Arden. He was 14 when he appeared in his only spaghetti westerns, which was The Valley of Guanji, played the role of Lope, the little kids scene when they encounter the dinosaurs. Arden has been married since 1984 and is the father of 2 children. What he's actually doing business-wise, I do not know, cannot find information. Next one is Fausto Avelli. She was 6 years old and appeared in only one spaghetti western as Polly in 1975's We Are No Angels. By the end of the 1980s, she gave up acting, and I have no idea what she is doing today. Could not find any information. Excuse me. Next on the list is David Mancory, who was 5 when he appeared in only one spaghetti western, $7 to Kill, in a flashback sequence. That film was with Anthony Stephan, and he played Jerry Ashley as a child. Today, he is president of Jinko Communications Ltd., a Hong Kong film production company where he's a producer, cinematographer, cameraman, and author. He's married and has 2 children. He was the son of cinematographer Sandro Mancory. Next on the list is Donatella Gambini. She was 13 when she appeared in 4 spaghetti westerns, Up the McGregors in 1966, where she also did stunt work, Don't Sing, Shoot, a TV western. In 1967, she performed stunts. She was in 7 Pistols for a Massacre in 1967, again doing stunts. Young Guns Go West in 75, she was a stunt coordinator and Master of Arms. Donatella Gambini died on May 1st, 2016 in Rome, Italy. Next we have Desinjus Bawakau. He's the adopted son of director Hark Bohm and the brother of Marquard Bohm, Natalia Bawakau, and Bemberg Bawakau. He appeared in one Euro Western, 1972's Cheatin' Indian Boy as Cheatin'. Today he's a producer and production manager. Next one we have on the list is a familiar face, Enzo Santianello. He was 8. He's the son of producer-director Fiorello Santianello and the brother of actress Simonetta Santianello. He appeared in 3 spaghetti westerns as a child actor. First was Black Tigress, or Lola Colt, in 1967 as Pablito. Once Upon a Time in the West, he plays Timmy in 1968, which was followed up by another appearance in 68 as Ace High as the Irish farm boy. Enzo kept his hand in acting, and up until a decade ago, he was appearing in dinner theater stage productions in Rome. Enzo became a professor of chemistry and biochemistry at the University of Milan and retired in 2014. Next on our list is Eva Lena Zederland. She was the daughter of actress Monica Zederland, and at 14 appeared in The Emigrants in 1970 as Ellen, and The New Land in 72 with the same character, Ellen. Today, she is an anesthesiologist and author of 5 books. She's married and has a son. Next on our list is another familiar name, at least, maybe not a face until you know what she was in. It's Francesca Leone. Francesca, of course, is the daughter of producer-director Sergio Leone and the sister of producer-actress Rafaela Leone. She was 1 year old when she first appeared, and for a few dollars more, as Tommaso's son in that famous church scene where Indio has her and her mother taken outside and shot, which forces Tommaso into a duel which he loses to Indio. She was also in Once Upon a Time in the West in 1968 as one of the girls at the Flagstone Depot when Claudia is waiting for her ride back to the Flagstone Ranch. Today, Francesca is an accomplished artist and sculptor. Then we have Francisco Jose Juetos, who was 10 years old when he appeared in 1965's Clint the Stranger as Andy, and in 1967 he appeared in The Return of Clint the Stranger as Tom Harrison. In 72, he appeared as Jimmy Harrison or Murison in that same field. Sometimes he has 2 names. He was also, let me go back and restate that. In 65, he was in Hands of a Gunfighter as Andy. In 67, he was Clint the Stranger as Tom Harrison. And in 72, The Return of Clint the Stranger, he played Jimmy Harrison or Murison. His 4-film career ended in 1972 before he dropped out of sight. Next is one of our famous faces is Freddie Nino Arco. He was 5 years old when he appeared in his one and only Fistful of Dollars. He went on to make 9 more films 7 of them in the next decade, mainly in Mexico. He was a much bigger star in Mexico than he was in Spain. Today, at 64 years of age, he's a writer, poet, novelist, and screenwriter. He's been married for 34 years. Next on the list is one you'll probably have no idea was in a spaghetti western, but it's J. Paul Getty III. He was 14 years old when he appeared in his only spaghetti western, uncredited, When the Devil Grips a Colt, starring Robert Woods in 1972 as a stable boy. The rumor goes he was pestering the crew for days while on the set, and Robert finally went to the producer and let him allow him to be in the film uncredited as a stable boy. Getty III died on February 5th, 2011, at the age of 54 in England. Next on the list are a brother and sister pair, Jackie and Joey Hamlet. Jackie was 9, Joey was 11 when they appeared together in Up the McGregors as Tipperary and Killarney Donovan. Today, Joe and his wife, Amy, are chiropractors in Portland, Oregon. I can find no information on what Jackie is doing. Next is Janina Fay. Janina appeared in one Euro Western, The Sheriff of Fractured Jaw, in 1958, as a young girl. Today she's retired but still appears in film festivals and conventions. Next we have Jess Hill, a familiar name. Jess is the son, of course, of actor, director, producer Terrence Hill and his wife, writer Lori Hill. Jess also had a brother, adopted brother of the late Ross Hill. Jess appeared in 5 spaghetti westerns. They Call Me Trinity in 1970 as a Mormon baby. Trinity Is Still My Name in 1971 as Fred or Ebenezer, or Little Windy was his nickname because he kept cutting farts. He was in My Name Is Nobody, 72, the kid with the apple that Terrence takes a bite of at the fair. He was a telegraph clerk in 1994's Troublemakers, and in 2008 he played Jess Fortunato in Triggerman. Today, Jess is a producer and assistant director known for Doc West, 2009, producer on My Name Is Thomas, in 2018, both films starring his father, and The Donut Dollies in 2019. Jess is married and the father of 2 children. Next on our list is Josephine Passer. She was 5 years old when she appeared in her only Euro Western. She's the daughter of actor-comedian Dirch Passer, and she appeared as a little girl in Gold for the Tough Guys of the Prairie in 1971. Today she is a lyricist and author. Then we have Judith Shepherd, who was 14 when she appeared in her only spaghetti western, Up the McGregors, as Dundalk's Donovan. She's the sister of actress Patty Shepherd. Today, Judith is still acting and has appeared in a number of American soap operas, such as The World Turns, Ryan's Hope, General Hospital, One Life to Live, Days of Our Lives, and Young and the Restless. Next, we have Leif Garrett. Leif was a teen idol singer and actor and appeared at the age of 14 in 2 spaghetti westerns, both with Lee Van Cleef. He played Johnny O'Hara in God's Gun in 1976 and Tom Thurston in Kid Vengeance. Today, he keeps a low profile while fighting his drug problem. Next on our list is Lorenzo Llamas. He was 11 when he appeared uncredited in his only spaghetti western as an Indian boy in 100 Rifles. Today, he dropped out of acting and is flying a helicopter as a tour pilot for Hella, New York in New York City. Next, we have Loris Lodi, probably one of the most famous child actors of the spaghetti westerns. Loris appeared as a child actor in 6 spaghetti westerns. As a boy in 1965's DeGuayo, as Bob O'Connor in The Man Who Came to Kill in 65, Also in 65, he played Sean Cluster or Burton in $100,000 for Ringo. Probably his most famous role was in 1966 as Tim Brewster in The Hills Run Red. He followed that up as Stan Norton in Ringo and His Golden Pistol. And then in 68, he was in a flashback sequence as Silence as a Boy in The Great Silence. Today, Loris is still acting and has 2 films in post-production. Then we have Lynn Ullman, who is 4 years old and the daughter of actress Liv Ullman when she appeared in The Emigrants in 1970 as a child, and in The New Land in 1972 as Carl Oscar's daughter. Today, she is a prominent literary critic, and writes a column for Norway's leading morning newspaper and has published 6 novels. Let me get a drink of water here. Okay, then we have another familiar face, Luciano Casamonica. Luciano appeared at 11 in Tequila Joe in 1968 as Rodrigo's son. He was also played Paquito in 68 in Blood and Guns, Manuel in 68 in Night of the Serpent. 68, he was played Rodrigo's son in Tequila Joe, and probably his most famous role and as Juanito in 1970's Adios Sabata. He was the nephew of a mafia boss named Vittorio Casamonica, who was born in 1940 and died in 2015. He's the brother of Armando Casamonica, who also was a one-time actor in A Bullet for the General. I always wondered if his uncle's reputation as a mob boss got him the roles in his films, or was he actually chosen because of his acting ability and look. Anyways, lately he's also been chosen as a collaborator of the Netflix series Subura 2 with Lucky Luciano. He's recruiting extras for the second series. Then we have Marco Stefanelli, who is 13 and is the son of actor Benito Stefanelli and voice actress Magda Stefanelli. Marco appeared in Two Pistols and a Coward in 68, as Tony Murphy. In 1974, he was Mike in White Fang to the Rescue, played a deputy in 1977's Macho Killers, played Colorado Slim's henchman, and did stunts in Buddy Goes West in 81, and he appears in a Western short in 1996 called BBK, or Baby Bounty Killers. Today, he's still active in the film industry as an assistant director, stunt coordinator, and master of arms. Then we have Maribel Martin, another familiar face, who was 12 when she made her first appearance in her probably biggest remembered role as Little Sarah in The Big Gun Down in 1966. Then she appeared again in Rosie in Whiskey and Ghosts in 1974. Today she was married to actor Julian Mateos, who was in Return of the Seven until his death in 1996. She is the mother of Ismael Mateos and co-founded Ganesh Film Productions with her husband, Julian Mateos. Next we have Marinko Cossack, who is 10 years old, who appeared in 3 Euro Westerns, German Winnetou films. In 1964, he played Thomas in Frontier Hellcat, Toby in Rampage at Apache Wells, and Happy in The Half-Breed in 1966. After his short career, he became a journalist, and he appeared at the Karl May Film Festival in Croatia in 2016. Then we have an obscure one here, Nat Russell Jr., at the age of 6, played in Tough Guys of the Prairie as Drang in 1970. Today, Nat lives in New York City and is a musician and singer. Then we have Rafaela Leone, And again, she's the second daughter of Sergio Leone and sister of Francesca Leone. She played a child in the Tucumcari Depot, as you see standing behind Roberto Camardiel when he talks to Lee Van Cleef about the reward for Guy Calloway. That's in For a Few Dollars More in 65. Like her, and with her sister, she appears at the Flagstand Depot scene in 1968 in Once Upon a Time in the West. Today, she's a producer and co-founder, along with her brother Andrea Leone, in the Leone Film Group. Then we have probably the most annoying child actor in spaghetti western history, Renato Sesti or Chesty. He was 9 when he appeared in first of 6 spaghetti westerns as Chip Anderson in Can Be Done Amigo with Bud Spencer and Jack Palance. Then he played Topo or John in They Call Me Amen in 72. Again, in the follow-up, They Still Call Me Amen, same character. Challenged to White Fang in 74 as Bill Tarwater. In 74, again, he played in Redcoat as Jimmy Cormack, and 75, his final film, as Willie in We Are No Angels. In his adult career, he mostly worked on television after a part in the sitcom I Ragazzi del 3C. Today, he has retired from acting and opened a gym. Sesti is married and the father of 3 children. I wonder if they're as a nuisance as he was. Rossi Harris is our next child actor, and he was 8 when he appeared in his only Euro Western as Simons Williams in Another Man, Another Chance in 1977. He's now one half of the new electronic music project DJ Me or DJU and a member of the band Sukia or Sukia, S-U-K-I-A. He's married to Terry Lynn Baker since 1990 and the father of 2 children. Simonelli Santianella. She was 14 when she appeared in first of 2 spaghetti westerns. She's the daughter of producer-director Fiorella Santianella and sister of actor Enzo Santianella. She appeared as Maureen McBain in 1968's Once Upon a Time in the West, and as an Irish farm girl in Ace High in also 1968. Then we have Stephanie Heymans, who was 10, the daughter of singer Dick Haymes and actress-singer Fran Jeffries. She appeared as young Eva Lena in 1969's A Talent for Loving. Stephanie was married to producer-writer Bill Oakes from 83 to 92, and the mother of actress Zoe and dancer Haley Oakes. And then she married to composer Bernie Taupin from 93 to 98, and then married producer-actor Charles Roven since 1999. Then we have next on the list, Sven Valseki, who was 10 when he appeared in his only spaghetti western as Thomas Barrett Jr. in Silver Saddle. Today, he's a rugby coach for a team in Lazio, Italy. And then we have the star of our show, Valerio Fiorevante. He was 9 when he appeared in the first of his spaghetti westerns, Chimango, in 1967 as Manuel Hernandez, under the name as Giusva. Then he appeared in 1965 as Antonio in El Puro, and young Steve or Vincent Kearney in 1969's Hate Is My God, and in 70 played Pedrito Fernandez in 1970's Shango. Fioravanti was convicted as a convicted terrorist for the Bologna massacre, which killed 85 people. He went to prison for a number of years, 15 to be exact, and was paroled in 2000. Today, he is currently a contributing writer for Il Riformista, focusing on human rights and the criminal justice system in Iran and the United States. His articles are dedicated to Hands Off Cain, a nonprofit organization that supports the abolition of the death penalty and torture of worldwide. Then we have Vincent Van Patten. Vincent was, 15, and is the father of actor Dick Van Patten and dancer-actress Patricia Poole Van Patten. He's the brother of filmmaker Timothy Van Patten, who appeared with Lee Van Cleef in the 1984 TV series The Master. Vincent appeared in one spaghetti western as Jamie Wagner in 1973's Chino with Charles Bronson. I have no idea what he's doing today. And that concludes our look at the children or the kids of the spaghetti western. We're not going to have poster of the week, autograph of the week, or book of the week. We're just going to have this weekly news and conclude this episode. This week, this week there's a new German Blu-ray DVD release, Canone for Cordoba, or as we know it, Canon for Cordoba, directed by Paul Wenkos and starring George Papard, Giovanna Ralli, Raph Malone, Don Garden, Aldo Sambrell. It's released on Explosive Media in German and English with German and English subtitles. Running time is 104 minutes. Extras include a trailer and a photo gallery. It was released on March 10th, 2022. Another German Blu-ray DVD released this week is Die Holy von San Sebastian, or Guns for San Sebastian, directed by Henry Verneuil and starring Anthony Quinn, Charles Bronson, and Anjanette Comer. It's on the House Sound label and contains 2 discs, 1 DVD and 1 Blu-ray. Its languages are 2.0, 8 DTS-HG in German and English. Mentions nothing about subtitles. Running time on this is 111 minutes with a 24-page booklet as an extra, and was released on March 18th. We have one Boot Hills recipient, actress Liliana Chiari. She's the mother of famed artist Chiari Fumai, born in 1978, died in 2017, who died at the oncology clinic in Bari, Puglia, Italy, on February 27, 2022. She was 82. Liliana had a 10-year career, a 9-film career as an actress from 1967 to 1977. After her daughter Chiari Fumai tragically died, she had devoted her life to her memory. She conducted an exhibition in homage at the Margarita Theater in Bari in 2019 and curated a tour of her daughter's works in 2020. Liliana appeared in one spaghetti western, In the Name of the Father, the Son, and the Colt, as Margie Cassidy in 1971. The film starred Craig Hill. That's all we have today. We'll revert back to a regular episode next week. And any of the episodes you want to catch up on or haven't seen, they're on YouTube. You can click on Spaghetti Western Podcast and go to the film list and check on all the back issues. Anyways, until we meet again next week, adios, compañeros.